Okay.
All right, everybody, we are getting ready to get going. This is 1,000 grandmothers for future generations. We're going to be interviewing some folks here in a second. Let me give you some background on what this event is. We are in St. Paul, Minnesota. The governor's mansion is actually behind all of these people. I am Lorenzo Cerda. I am your host. I'm Chicanx. My pronouns are they, them. And we are bringing you to join the grandmothers who have traveled thousands of miles from multiple states to Minnesota to call on the loving energy of grandmothers across the state to stop the climate catastrophe that is the Line 3 tar sands pipeline. We are fiercely determined to listen to our hearts and spirits to make the world a better place for our grandchildren and all future generations. This is from their event page. This action will appeal to Governor Walz and President Bidento to use their power to stop Line 3 as Enbridge builds Line 3 through Anishinaabe territory land and prepares to tunnel under the Mississippi Headwaters. Now is a critical moment to support the movement to defend Indigenous sovereignty, water, and climate. This event will include art, music, speakers, elder women. Come out and, if possible, bring children dear to you. All co-conspirators, including men and younger adults, are welcome to attend. And please bring photos of children in your life and your fierce, loving energy. There's going to be a song, 1,000 Grandmother song, and I quote, "If you think these women are too soft to face the world at hand, then you'll never know the power of love and you'll fail to understand. An old woman holds a powerful force when she no longer needs to please," from Holly Near. All right, so this is, again, St. Paul, Minnesota. And we're in front of the governor's mansion for this action. We're going to go ahead and get in here and try to, let me do an audio video check and then I'll get in here real quick. So if you are watching, if you can let me know if things are coming in clear, if the audio sounds good, video sounds good, it'd be great. Let me know in the chat. Hello! Hi! Did you want to let folks know what's going on here today?
We'll let Mabel Ann start that one out.
Why are people here?
Why are people here? We're fighting for the water, for the environment, for the futures yet to come. We're here physically to show the people that we're serious and we're not going to quit. We're here. I'm a Lakota grandmother with the Washagi and Naji grandmothers group on the Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation in South Dakota. And we've come here to join the thousands. These beautiful, strong women that came from the Bay Area and Oakland to do this.
Excuse me. We were hoping that great-grandmother Mary would be here to do an opening blessing. She said she'd meet us here at 11:30 and she hasn't shown up. Pat and I were wondering if you'd be willing to do a blessing after Pat does the land acknowledgement if we get the program started.
Yes.
Hi, did you want to introduce yourself and tell people why this is important, maybe?
Okay. My name is Marlene Porbear. I am a Lakota grandmother from the Pine Ridge area. We are here to support and help stop Line 3. This line affects our children, our grandchildren, and their children. So we're here for our future generations to stop Line 3 so our children can have clean drinking water. And everything on this planet cannot live without water. So our reason for here is to be here, to do what we physically can to stop Line 3, stop Enbridge from getting this pipeline through, and to support the people in the area that are on the front lines at every camp. There's camps out there and all over that are trying to stop the pipeline. So we here as Indigenous grandmothers, mothers, we have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. We're here for them to make sure that their future is clean water. Because without water, there is no life. To me, Miniwichoni, water is life. And for all of us to have clean drinking water. So that's why we're here in this area. We come from South Dakota.
Well, I guess what do you think it means for grandmothers now to be mobilizing, to be coming out, trying to take up space so people understand what's going on? Like, what do you think people should take from that?
I think that people should take for the fact that we as grandmothers, we hold a lot of wisdom. We've been here before, we've been in this fight before. And it's very important that our younger people, it's their time. This is their time. They're the ones that need to be, aware of what's going on. So for as grandmothers to step out here and do what we're doing, as any individual should, you should always respect your elders. What they say should mean something, and you need to respect that. So as grandmothers, us coming out here and doing this as grandmothers, we get people that will support and listen to what we say. So that for me, that's what I'm hoping comes from this, is that the younger generation will listen and do what's necessary to protect their water and their land for their children and grandchildren.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Please stop. Okay, because we need to hear this. All right, does it change? How we're going to place ourselves. Because it is now been changed that the speaker will stand in front here. Okay, so we're going to pan the whole scene from the street. So stay where you are for now. And on the live stream, we'll get to see what we wanted. Clear water, big sign, what we're emphasizing. Clean water for future generations. Okay, after that pan, we want everybody who has signs to move in, and you're going to make a kind of semicircle, okay, from either end of that central long banner, from that end to here, leaving a walking space from that end here. And we want it deep because we want to show how many people have shown up, all right? So the only people who are going to turn around are the people holding the long banner, which is central to our message. Unfortunately, our water is going to be behind, okay? But we're hoping that with the long pan in the beginning, they will get the full effect that we wanted them to, of all of us lined up. Blue water, future generations. Clear? Yeah. Okay? So we'll go back to our positions. All right? There will be a live stream pan.
All right. Again, we're here in front of the governor's mansion in St. Paul, Minnesota. The governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, who I think he said something like, if there was any sort of treaties that were under attack by this pipeline, he would never approve it. And it's just been silent since that statement during the election cycle. As he was trying to get elected, that's what he said, that he was going to uphold Indigenous rights, and then now it's just silence as Indigenous people have been saying that they don't want this pipeline through their territory. We're going to go ahead and we're going to walk from left to right to show you the front of this gathering, and then we're going to be listening to some speakers. Again, if you're in the chat, go ahead and say hello. Let us know where you're at, where you're watching from, how you're feeling, and I'll definitely try to communicate with you all, as I do have access to the chat here. Yeah, don't shoot us.
Good thing I got your button. No, that's awesome. Guards. Yeah, no. Sign guards, please. I like it.
And did you want to talk about your sign at all?
Okay. Do you want to? Oh, sure. Let's see. So I'll hold it. So, no, let me just remember.
So don't shoot us. We are non-violent treaty people. We are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, fathers, grandfathers, grandchildren, sisters and brothers, people.
Yeah, so we made this because Governor Walz is having talks with the law enforcement, and the law enforcement would like less lethal weapons. And literally the people that they will be shooting at are grandmothers, mothers, us. Right? Our grandchildren, and literally us. And we'd love a ban on tear gas. We want no lethal weapons because for once we believe that he should talk to his law enforcement and say, how about what are you going to do if there... One sec.
Celebratory honks.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
All right.
We just are thinking that, so when they come and say, what if it's violent? What if the protesters get violent? Well, we're saying the protectors are non-violent, and he needs to talk to his law enforcement about that and say, what are you going to do when they're non-violent? Not what are you going to do when they're violent. Do not even arrest them. You don't need to cite them. You can just let us protest because it's part of our rights. And we provoke them. Right. And,
So you got it.
Mary, do you want to talk quick about the treaty people and the event that's coming up?
Yeah, so coming up on June 5th through 8th, we're having a big gathering up north, a big direct action, and it's called the Treaty People Gathering. And it is acknowledging that we are all treaty people. The treaties were a statement between the descendants, all of our descendants, and it is all of our obligation to stand up for them. So we're calling for people from all over to come to the front lines and stand behind the Indigenous leadership up there and honor the treaties and stop Line 3.
Yeah, stop Line 3!
Thank you,
Thank you
Step
so much.
Line 3!
So you heard there that we're all treaty people. What that references is that the United States is made up of a bunch of treaties that formed the states. So when you're looking at how the United States was formed, it's from agreements made with Indigenous people who are already here. And the only reason the United States exists is because those treaties were made. That means that everybody in the United States is attached to those treaties.
Is this unicorn right?
No, I'm not. I'm with the Indian collective.
Okay, but I want to say something to Peggy Flanagan. Anishinaabe from White Earth. The lieutenant governor has not said one word. Not one word. Nothing. And she's Anishinaabe. There's a resistance camp right on her reservation in White Earth. We're very disappointed she said nothing. She should be out here. Thank you.
No problem. The Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan talking about this person saying something, I haven't said anything. Did you all want to talk about why you're here?
Absolutely. We're here to support our relatives who are fighting for water, just like our people in South Dakota. The Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota people are also battling the same corporations against KXL and DAPO. And so we're here to support our relatives here who are fighting the same corporation. And so we're here to support them in that way.
So, I'm just kind of like wondering, so how is everything connected then? Is it like, is just the same corporations are making the same pipelines?
Oh yeah, it's the same corporations. I mean, you look anywhere in the world, they're everywhere. And so they're destroying the planet. It's not just these certain pipelines, they're everywhere doing extractive methods of destroying the planet. So yeah, it's not just one over here and one over there. They're all in it together and they know what they're doing. So we're just trying to protect the what we have left, because the pandemic taught us that if people behave themselves and stay home and sit still, then the planet benefits from that, And so why don't we, it proved that when we're not driving our cars and putting chemtrails in the air and whatever else, the pollution of the planet, that the planet starts healing itself. And that happened in that short amount of time where everything shut down for 30 days or 2 months or whatever it was last year. The planet started healing itself. So it makes sense that, this pandemic in a way showed us, because human beings can be so stupid, that this is how we're going to heal. This is how you can do this. Just sit still and pay attention to the planet. Give her a chance to breathe. So that's my thing.
Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to say your name or not.
Oh, I'm Marcella from South Dakota.
Are you from Standing Rock or was it?
No, I'm just a few miles from Standing Rock. I'm on the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation, and we're next door to Standing Rock. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, I think there's speakers going on, so we're going to go ahead and go across the front here and then head to the speaker section.
Of those folks are guests here. No matter how long our ancestors have been here, no matter who we are, how important, how famous, if we're famous, we are here as guests. And our relatives, the Dakota people, and the Ojibwe people, who also are known as Anishinaabe, this is their land that they never ceded. You know, it's their land that was stolen. And so we recognize our place in this space. And we send love and gratitude to the people who were here first. And we really make a commitment to treating the earth the way they want us to treat the earth, because it's our responsibility. Okay, so welcome. I'll talk a little bit later about the 1,000 grandmothers, but grandmother Mary Lyons is here, and she's going to offer an opening blessing.
My name is Second Water Woman, and I'm just going to do an opening prayer, but I never like to stand as the me, so I always partner up with my sister Sharon Day, because she is our lead water carrier in these northern areas. Pretty much, rivers are all over the place. So the depth of what's happening is extremely important. But I can, you know me, I'll carry on if I don't read something and have you guys here by supper. So I'm going to read one of our prayers that I always like to open with, what reminds us to stay humble. Kiwi kuchmani do. We wash your hands in the sweet smoke so that we...
So I'm just going to walk away as I do the opening prayer, and then I'll come back. I'm not really sure if I should be filming it or not, even though other people are. I'm just going to go ahead and walk away.
I forgot. Who are you under now? You're not Unicorn Ride anymore.
NBN Collective?
NBN, thanks.
So I just step away for a second, let the prayer happen. Let the prayer, and then we'll go back. And we'll step back up and listen to the speakers. But yeah, we're out here in St. Paul, Minnesota. This is the 1,000 Grandmothers movement, having an action to demand that Biden and Walz do something about this pipeline, stop this pipeline. Alright, so we'll head back over there in 1 second here. We're just going to go ahead and listen to this. If you are watching, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. I can't see the chat. I know that we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So thank everybody who's watching on those platforms. Again, this is St. Paul, Minnesota. This is the 1,000 Grandmothers movement. We're going to be listening to a bunch of elders and Indigenous elders speak about why to stop Line 3, why to think about the future generations when we think about projects like this. Somebody's asking for information about the treaty gathering that was mentioned earlier. That's at treatypeoplegathering.com, I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can find the... Anyways, it's treatypeoplegathering.com. I was trying to put it into the chat, instead I posted nothing. It just says here's. I apologize for that. Not what I meant to do. I can't read it. Alright, so we're going to move back. I think the prayer just ended, so we're going to move back to the front. We'll go across the front again.
Singing Wolf, and I'm from the Martin clan. I'm an Ojibwe woman.
I don't know if it's Linda, I'm not supposed to film prayers. It's actually against protocol to film a prayer, to record prayers, so that's why I walked away. So I appreciate that you want to hear the prayer, but I'm not going to film that and or record it. Or at least do my best not to. So far, success. And so, yeah, that's why. Because it's against protocol to film prayers.
And then finally, thank you most profoundly to that most high creator of the June melody.
I know everyone always wants to record and film the prayers and stuff, but we just don't. And also, like, this really show up if you want to experience that. I think it's a thing that you should go to. And it's hard to, as somebody's live streaming, it's hard to. I'm talking so much that I'm trying to obscure what's being said in the background. And so we're just gonna wait till the prayer is over. I think it's a prayer song. I'm not sure if this is a prayer song, but I know she mentioned there's gonna be 2 people speaking about it, so I'm just gonna wait. And we'll get right back into it. And I really appreciate you being here, Linda, and asking that question. And I agree. Listening to the cars stream by, not the most exciting of things. But that's what we're going to do for a second. You can see people are... What's up, Jerry? Thanks for being here. We're going to... Yeah, Samuel, it's true that people saying a long time ago people hid their ceremonies. It's against the law, but not anymore. Oh, Samuel Wounded Knee says that. I agree, but we can still, I don't agree. I mean, like, I understand that people do film some ceremonies now and things like that. I just personally don't. Trying my best not to. And so it's really difficult because even right now I know people are holding cell phones. They're filming this. There might be people live. Okay, they're going back in now. But people might be live streaming it, So, and I know that occasionally I probably have not succeeded. But now we're going to get back in there and listen to the speakers.
On his priority list.
Thank you so much for welcoming us to your space.
Thank you. So you probably saw a lot of these t-shirts and sweatshirts around. We are the 1,000 grandmothers for future generations. And most of us are activists. For a long time, activists. And what happened as we have gotten older and watched younger people step forward and lead the movements, we realized that we still have something to offer. And so we wanted to create a space where, and our definition of grandmother is elder woman who cares about future generations. So it's not necessarily a biological thing. It's a spiritual thing, that's right. And so we came together to support young people as they step into leadership, as they step into movement building. And not that they need us, but we need them. We need to be in relationship with them so that they can feel supported from underneath. And so I wanted to invite all of the 1,000 grandmothers for future generations to make some noise. Raise your hands. And we're based in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we came out to support the work happening here. We also have a small contingent from New York. Yes! And from Grass Valley, which is north of the bay. Oh, there is a small group that's just forming in Fresno. But
So if you are interested in looking at creating 1,000 grandmothers where you are, let us know. Find one of us with these t-shirts and we can work with you to do that. And so now we want all the grandmothers in the house to raise your hands, make some noise. Old ladies. Yeah! Now we want all those who love their grandmothers to make some noise. So we're all here together because we care about our mother. The earth is our mother no matter how old we are, no matter where we live, no matter who our parents are or our grandparents. The earth is our mother. And we have a responsibility to express our gratitude for her by protecting her. And so it's not just a political thing, it's not just a social thing. It's a total heart thing. This is our mama. And we have to protect her. And so we are so glad to see all of you here who recognize that and want to do something about it. So you'll see along the fence we brought pictures of our grandkids and other kids. If you have a picture of somebody that you want to put on the fence, please feel free. And you can see Grace and Barbara. Can you raise your hands? So they've got...
She's short!
So see them if you have a picture that you want to add to the fence. Okay? And so before I introduce my sister, I want us to take a minute to call in the governor. Call on the governor. We're here at his house. So let's all, what do we want to do? Stop line 3. 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 And all the pipelines. Stop line 3. And all the pipelines. Stop line 3. And all the pipelines. Respect native sovereignty. 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 Stop line 3. 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 Respect native sovereignty. Stop all the pipelines. Stop all the pipelines. All the pipelines. All the pipelines everywhere. And so now we want to invite Madonna Thunderhawk. This is my sister.
My Punka sister. Madonna, I'm sorry I called you so much.
So sorry. You're good. You know, this is really amazing. Totally amazing. I am just so impressed and honored to be here and to see all the gray hairs. Yes! I mean, come on, you know. But also the younger ones, the young people. 'Cause we're in a constant battle. We're in the crosshairs of any policy for extraction, mining, and pipelines. You know? So there's an invisible border they call from South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, whatever. To us, there's not. That those snakes are going. Yeah. So we're here as elders from South Dakota. We come from our struggle because we know what's going on with Line 3 and Line 5 and on and on. So we came here. It's our responsibility as elders to support the young, because that's what we had. When I was young, we always could look behind us and there were the elders. They didn't have to tell us anything. They didn't have to, try to say, no, you don't do this, you don't do that. They were just there. So it's so good to see the new era. This is your time. And we're here. We're here to help you in our capacity as our responsibility. So thank all of you. I'm so proud of all of you. I mean, wow, we got to go home, but we're going to go home fired up. So thank you so much.
We're here from the Governor's Mansion in St. Paul, Minnesota. Thousands of grandmothers.
Oh. Thank you, Madonna. And now we want to ask Phoenix from Camp McGeezy. Camp McGeezy. So, as you know, there are camps all along the river, right? And so we were so graciously invited to spend a little time with the folks at Camp McGeezy, yeah? And we met Phoenix there, and we want to give her an opportunity to talk about what's happening there.
Hello, I'm Phoenix from Camp McGeezy. I go by they, them, she, her, he, him pronouns. She, her pronouns, thank you. I used to live at Camp McGeezy for a while, like in the winter, and everything was really cold. And then I had to move for certain reasons. But I recently moved back, and I felt so welcome being there. The second day I was there, I did my first Ojibwe sweat lodge. That was very beautiful. Yeah, every single day being at Camp McGeezy changes me. I've grown so spiritual there. It's so emotional being there, because you have the children and you have the elders and you have the companionship there. You're supported, and I love being at Camp McGeezy. I never felt more home than I ever have before. When you walk up, Tasia, she greets you, she shakes your hand and says, "Welcome home." And that makes you feel something in your heart. And just being around in that community, it really changes who you are as a person. And Camp McGeezy is in Fond du Lac, and a lot of Fond du Lacers, they support Line 3. And that's really hard because we got ridiculed. They told us to leave. And that really hurt my heart because I love being there. And Tasia always says this, come to Camp McGeezy. The doors are always open. We welcome a lot of people, It's a beautiful place to be. We always need help and support. And right now we're busy working on a driveway so we can get the cars out of the road because we just got a city ordinance. And if anybody wants to come up to Camp McGeezy and help with the driveway, we will love the help and support. So thank you. Thank you so much. Please come.
So whenever we travel, it's so much easier when there are people there to meet us. Yes. Right? How many of you have traveled and been oh, well, relocation was a horrible thing because people were told, oh, go to Oakland, go to Minneapolis, go to all these different places, and there'll be people there to greet you. And people got off the buses and they were alone. And, in a lot of communities, local folks stepped up. And so as we were planning to come here, we met with Grandmother Ellen, who, when we got to the camp, there are 31 of us in our crew who came here. And when we got off the bus, Grandmother Ellen had dropped 31 chairs for us at the camp. Isn't that amazing? And so we were able to sit and be comfortable. And so we'd like her to bring greetings.
Oh, there you are. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, grandmothers. It's wonderful to see you, great-grandmother Mary and grandmother Sharon. Thank you, grandmothers, for coming to Minnesota. We are really grateful to you. Our hearts have been broken here. We are under assault, and we are really, really grateful that you've come. We just thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we'll continue to need your prayers as we work really hard to stop this pipeline from destroying the future for our grandchildren and for all the generations to come. We are going to stop line 3 with your prayers.
Thank you. So now we're going to sing together, and
my name is Penny with 1,000 Grandmothers from Oakland, California. Please look at your song sheets and find the song that starts, "The people gonna rise like the water." And if you don't have a song sheet, you'll pick it up pretty quickly. And sing it like you mean it. People gonna rise like the water. Fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Protect the water and soil. People gonna rise like the water. The fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Protect the water and soil. People gonna rise like the water. The fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughters. Protect the water and soil. You're doing great. People gonna rise like the water. The fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Protect the water and soil. People gonna rise like the water. The fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Protect the water and soil. People gonna rise like the water. The fish can't live in oil. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Protect the water and soil. Thank you. Drop the mic.
Again, thanks for joining us here. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, all those things.
So, you know, when we started, there were 7 of us on the steering committee of and we named ourselves 1,000 Grandmothers for Future Generations, and people laughed. It's like, 7! Counting themselves 1,000! But we did it because Holly Near wrote a song called "Send in the 1,000 Grandmothers," because they don't care anymore what you think of them. They're just going to do what's right. And so the 7 of us have now become 1,400. And so can the steering committee just wave your arms like this so we know who's here? And it just speaks to the power of love and the power of commitment and the power of truth. And so we're so excited to be here with you. And Nancy and Carol are gonna lead us in the song, "The 1,000 Grandmothers," and it's in your song sheet.
Anybody else who has the words, who has sung this with us, please come up and help us lead this. Other members of the 1,000 Grandmothers. You should have this on your song sheet right under People Gonna Rise. 7,000 grandmothers, they will surely volunteer with their ancient wisdom flowing. They will lend a loving ear. They will lend a loving ear. If you think these women are if you think these women are too soft to face the world at hand, then you've never known the power of love, and you fail to understand, and you fail to understand. An old woman holds a powerful force when she no longer needs to please. She can cut your shallow life to bits and bring you to your knees. We best get down on our knees and pray for 1,000 grandmothers. Will you please come volunteer? No longer tucked out of sight. Will you bring your power here? Will you bring your power here?
Again, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks, Lish, for those words. McWitch, thank you as well.
I love grandmothers. I loved my grandmothers, but they died when I was little. So I never got to really, but now I have 8 grandchildren. So I'm just loving being a grandmother. And I really believe that their promise is our prayer. Who they are becoming is going to make the world a different place. Who you, young people who are here, are becoming is going to transform the world. And we want to be there, holding a light, having your back, being in support of this important work that you have to do in the world. And so we love you, and we really, we have a deep commitment to supporting life that will sustain all of the generations who come after us. Because we are living and standing on the shoulders of the generations who came before us. And so, in Mohawk, in the Mohawk Great Law of Peace, we say all of our deliberations must be made with the 7th generation in mind. Imagine if our public policy were made with the 7th generation in mind. There would be no pipeline. There would be no deforestation. There would be no racism and oppression. We want to acknowledge that yesterday was the anniversary of Michael Brown's murder. I'm so sorry. George Floyd. We did a ceremony last night where we spoke the names of all the people that we knew who've been killed by the state. This is untenable. This is not the country. It is exactly the country we inherited. Yep. Let's get really clear, right? It's not like, oh, America's this beautiful thing and now it's messed up. From the very beginning, the very foot set on this land by settlers was murderous and enslaving and interning people. This is who we've been. Taking kids away from their parents is who we've been. And so we're here supporting young people to say, this is not who we're going to be. This is not who we're going to be. We are going to be a nation of people who takes care of our children. And a nation of people who takes care of those who work, those who are parents, those who go to school and study. And we're going to be a nation of people who take care of our elders. And so we're so proud to be here with all of you. This is beautiful. And really kind of on short notice. So we really, really appreciate it. And I want to say one more time thank you to all of the coordinating committee and the other 1,000 grandmothers who planned all this and did all the work. We had to house people and transport people and feed people and all that. There's a committee that did all of that hard work. Okay. So let's give them a hand. Yeah.
Thanks, Elizabeth, for being here.
Oh, okay, great. So if any of the local grandmothers are interested in starting a chapter, yes. After we finish up here, I'm going to close and then we'll sing. Come right here and we'll have a conversation and see how that will work. Okay? Yeah. Because we just keep bumping into grandmothers who love the world and love our Mother Earth and love their grandkids. And so we want to make space.
I have a great-granddaughter that wants to sing for the grandmothers, but she's going to sing over here.
Oh, we have a great-granddaughter. I don't know how many of you heard the song that they were singing, I Hear the Voice of My Great-Granddaughter, saying, keep it in the ground. We have a great-granddaughter here who wants to sing us a song.
I always come with my daughter, and I like to say it that way, my helper, because I am the mother of a grandmother. That was hard to swallow. So I quit wearing my teeth in my ear thing. So this is my great-granddaughter, my daughter Fonda, raise your hand. And her daughter, Keely, and then my great-granddaughter, Mani Duo.
I hear the voice. I hear the voice of my grandmother calling. I hear the voice of my grandmother calling. She says, wake up, wake up. She says, wake up, wake up. Listen, listen now. Listen, listen now. May the rivers all run clear. May the mountains be unbroken. May the trees stand tall. May the air be pure. May the earth be shared by all, by all. May the earth be shared by all.
And I made her do it.
Thank you so much.
To you grandmothers from all over.
And so the grandmothers sing back to you. May you be well. May you be safe. May you know joy. May you be free. So tell me again.
Joe.
Joe is here, and he's from
Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light.
Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, and he has an announcement for us.
Hey y'all, such an honor to be here with y'all. I'm Joe Meinholtz. I'm here from Minneapolis, working with Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, and I'm a grandson, and it's an honor to feel all this love and be in this community, and for how far you traveled to show that love. I want to talk about some of the young people organizing that's happening here, that you are uplifting, and specifically something happening this Friday that I want everyone to know about. At Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, where I work, we work with North Minneapolis, South Minneapolis youth, and they are preparing, they care about climate justice. They're facing, in Minneapolis, they're facing higher rates of asthma because of climate change and because of the impacts of local pollution that has in red line neighborhoods. They know, and they drink the water that's threatened from this pipeline. And so we as youth in Minneapolis know that we're connected to this struggle. And so we as youth in Minneapolis are bringing an amicus brief to the fight to stop Line 3. That's a big cheer for the word amicus, which I didn't know what means. We're taking them to court. And we're taking them to court on behalf of younger generations. We're going to D.C. For 5 years, youth have been in the courts in Minnesota. The youth climate interveners who have grown up for 4 or 5 years being at tables with decision makers who say, we can't stop Line 3. We can't do what you need us to do to save the climate for your generation. And they've continued to be in that court fight. That court fight is playing out in the later part of June at the state level. At the federal level, North Minneapolis youth are bringing a brief saying, along with the tribes, along with the environmental groups, our generation is going to call on Biden to stop Line 3. So that is being filed this Friday. And so I hope you all can support by following stopline3.org, by plugging into the movement, and for those who are going home, by lifting up those stories from where you go to say we are stopping all extractive projects that harm future generations. My grandma, being here, I remember the story of my grandma. She and I were biking on a day like today. It was a nice summer day. And I fell off my bike. And I skidded across the concrete on my face. It was quite a skid. And I stood up and she came over to me and I had this, I was very clearly bleeding in the face. And she asked me, where does it hurt? And it was right there, right? And that question was important. That's what grandmas ask. Where does it hurt? Because that allowed me in my tears and my confusion to say, it hurts here. Help me here. And in Minneapolis, we're saying it hurts here. It hurts here with the widest disparities in the nation between black and white. It hurts along the pipeline route when we as youth need to stand in the way of bulldozers and lock down to equipment to say that our future matters. And when you as grandmas say, where does it hurt? And then you hear us, it makes a difference so we can stand up strong. So thanks for supporting us, youth.
Thanks, Clint.
And so, I grew up without my language, without my ancestral language. I was bilingual. I didn't speak English till I started school, but my family is French-Canadian and Mohawk. Canadian Mohawk. We're Quebecois. And Ganawage is the reserve that was crossed by the St. Lawrence River. So our people were divided and some... the pizza guy, oh no. So some of us were in Canada, some of us ended up in Canada, and many, many, many more in the U.S. And not having a language is... they say that the 3 things that you do to accomplish colonization is you steal the land, the language, and the legacy. The land is obvious, the land. The language and the legacy is both the story the understanding of who we are, and the children. And so the way that we are holding children, even today, at the southern border, is the business as usual of the United States. We take the children away, we disenfranchise the community. And so I'm just learning my language now as a 68-year-old woman. And so, so I'm about at kindergarten level. So we want to end. The great peacemaker brought us the story of our good mind. Skuna. Our good mind is skuna. And so when we meet each other, we say skuna goa. And that means how. We love you too. It means, how is your mind today? Skuna goa. And then you say, skuna goa go. My mind is a good mind today. I'm in a good place today. And so as we kind of, we'll have the meeting planning over here, and we'll have mingling, and are the bars still around?
Yeah, down here.
So we have protein bars and stuff. So we don't want this to be an instant dispersal unless you really have to go, but feel free to stay and talk and mingle, because that's where dreams are spawned. That's where seeds are planted, when we engage each other. And so we invite you to stay around for a little bit. And so Aguego onska ondi dewa wenoni nen guanigura. Dano tietinu wiradone ongwe sum'a. We send love and gratitude to all of the people gathered here for all that you're doing to make meaning in the world and to create a safe place for the future generations. And now our minds are one. To.
Again, thanks everybody for joining us. I think I'm going to keep the feed up for a little bit longer, and then.
So there are a couple of climate groups here who will have announcements. Whoop, whoop.
Here's some announcements here.
Hello, my name is Pat Samples. I'm a co-leader of the local Elders Climate Action Chapter. Thank you. There's a few of us here today, and we thank you for being here today. It's so heartening because we too have been small in number and we're growing, and we are so committed to having the wisdom, the integrity, the long life understandings, bringing that to the climate change movement and to be of service. And I'm so honored to be here with these elders that have come to help light the way today.
Louder, please.
I'm so honored to be with these elder women who have come here to help light the way today and remind us that we can even be bigger. If they can go from 7 to 1,400, we can go from our 15 to who knows how big. And if some of you would like to join with us, please talk to me. Thank you.
Anybody else have an announcement? So 1000grandmothers.com is a way you can reach us, but also we invite St. Paul and Minneapolis grandmothers to meet right here, right now. I have an announcement. Oh, we do have another announcement.
I have an announcement. I want to invite everyone to the Treaty People Gathering. Go to treatypeoplegathering.org. .com, thank you. treatypeoplegathering.com. June 5th through 8th, over 1,000 people have already registered to attend, and we're not even sure where we're going. It doesn't really matter. We're going to stop line 3, and we need you there to help us.
Penny?
Yeah, two people got in that.
Where's Penny? Or 1 foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. Hey, you gotta put 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. Yeah! 1 foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Don't you despair.
Alright everybody, I'm going to take the feed down. That was the event. We wanted to bring you out here just so you can listen to some elders speak about the importance of why to stop line 3 and to understand the interconnectedness of all these struggles. These people came from all over to let folks know that they're in solidarity. They're saying they're in solidarity with the younger generations. They want to uphold the youth by showing that the grandmothers are behind them, the elders are behind them, and yeah, it was pretty good. Felt pretty good. Let me see if there's any. That was a close car. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, I think people are just meeting now. So let's give me 1 second here. Let me see if there's any questions, and we're going to take the feed down. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Yeah. Well, again, thanks everybody for being here. My name is Lorenzo Serna. I am the Director of Technical Media here at the NDN Collective. It was an honor to bring you all out to see the 1,000 grandmothers gather, to listen to all of these speakers, listen to our elders, imagine a future free of fossil fuels, and see people who are I guess, organizing to do it. The grandmothers are. Here, over 1,000 of them now organized here from all over the country. You heard the Treaty People gathering that's coming up, treatypeople.com, and yeah. I think. Oh no, it's all good. There's people behind me. There's people behind me. I like slowly looked all scared. Anyways, yeah, thanks Clint for being here. Thanks for enjoying the live. Remember to like, follow, and share the Indian Collective content, other content as well. Subscribe. Thanks for being here on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, and for those links that were shared to go check out the 1,000 grandmothers here that we got to witness, and also the Treaty People gathering that's up and coming. I'm going to take the feed down now. A big honor to be here again. I'm Lorenzo Serna, the Director of Tactical Media here at the Indian Collective. I'm Chicanx, and my pronouns are they, them. So a big solidarity to all my queer family out there and to the raza. We'll be talking soon. Thanks for following. And yeah. Have a wonderful day. There's going to be a lot more going on around the Stop Line 3 movement. It's just going to be ongoing. It has been ongoing. You can look at our go back and see a weekly we do where we kind of recap the different events around the Line 3 movements. And before I go down here, I'm going to cut to a video of our Defend blanket. It's a blanket that upholds women. Fingers it fits, so we'll show that real quick. Then we're going to shut it off. Again, thanks for being here. I can't say thanks enough. I think I've said thanks so many times, but that's it. All right, talk soon.